And now, guys, I want to make sure we know something called the blunder check in chess. And basically, what the blunder check is making sure you know everything on the board that's under attack, both in your pieces and your opponent's pieces. So before you do any move in chess, before you think about your next genius plan or your next genius sacrifice and tactic, take 3 seconds and maybe a bit more, but take at least 3 seconds to figure out what on the board is hanging, what on the board is attacked, and what on the board can be captured. That's something we call board vision, and the blunder check is perfect to help you guys with that. The blunder check can be divided into green lines and red lines. So what do I mean by that? Every piece right now for white, and we're going to be white in this position, is looking somewhere. And some of those pieces, like the bishop on c4, is looking at the opponent's pawns and pieces. So for example, bishop on c4 is attacking f7, and we have a green line going straight from c4 to f7 in our minds. And you imagine every green line on the board from one of your pieces to one of your opponent's pieces. So for white right now, how would that look like? Something like this. The bishop's attacking the knight, the queen's attacking the pawn, this knight is attacking this pawn, this bishop's attacking that pawn, and the rook is also directly attacking the pawn on e7. If there were any more, for example, if I put a pawn on a3, then it will be attacking b4. And I keep all those green lines in mind. And I think, can I actually capture the things I'm attacking? Can I actually capture f7? Well, the problem is it's not free. So then you start thinking, maybe I can attack it again with a knight, and then I could capture on f7 with a nice little smothered mate. Now, the second part of the blunder check is even more important, and you actually do it before you do the green lines, and you do the red lines. So what are the red lines? You look at all the opponent's pieces and where they are facing, and which pieces they're attacking from you, whether that's the knight looking at c2, or the queen looking at h2, or maybe even the bishop looking from b7 to f3 and g2 behind it. And only when we see all those things that they're attacking, we can make a decision whether we want to defend the knight that's being attacked by a pawn, or maybe we just want to leave it there and take their knight instead, with our green light, I should say. Or maybe we want to make sure there are no more red lights in the future, so we run away with the knight before they kick us away. Right? So before you do the green arrows, so the knight looking at a7, the bishop looking at f6, etc. You have to make sure that nobody checkmates you. For example, a lot of kids right now would play something like knight g5, and then black would say, thank you very much, and checkmate next move. All because we didn't do the red lines before the green lines. White only looked at, ooh, yummy pawn on f7, and he didn't pay attention to anything else in this board. So take 3 seconds before you do anything else to make sure what pieces are hanging for you and what pieces are attacked by the opponent.